your eyewitness weather forecast.
Good evening. We had temperatures getting into the mid-80s today. It was cloudy in the morning hours, though we did clear up in the afternoon. Right now we're sitting at 82 degrees. We have dew points in the low to mid-60s, as well as winds out of the north at 6 miles per hour. We actually had a pretty warm night yesterday. Our low temperatures only got into the lower 70s. Will we have a cooler night tonight? Well, for more on that, I'll send it to our chief meteorologist, Colleen Hurley, in the studio. Colleen?
Yeah, getting a little bit cooler than we did last night. Luckily, we'll get into the 50s and low 60s overnight tonight. We are noticing that humidity coming down a little bit from what we saw yesterday, but it'll still be in here for us this weekend. Now, as we go forward to tomorrow, going to be a good day for the fair. Maybe you're heading out to the state fair. Nice and warm, plenty of sunshine for that. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow, but we'll be in the mid-70s in the morning, close to 80 degrees out in Syracuse in the afternoon. You'll see a shower icon here. We do have a very small chance, just like today, tomorrow, to see an isolated shower or two. Not a bad idea to pack the poncho just in case. Now, you see in the futurecast here tonight, we do have a couple of isolated showers south of the valley, but then we'll have partly cloudy skies and be nice and quiet for the remainder of the night. Now, tomorrow, we've got kind of a mix of sun and clouds, more clouds than today likely, and you'll see an isolated shower or thunderstorm possible here late in the day and into the evening. Most of the day tomorrow will be dry, and that's going to be a similar story for your Sunday as well. Plenty of quiet time here, but a couple of isolated showers or storms there later in the day, and more expected for us on Monday as well. Tomorrow's UV index will be about a 7 or an 8. That's considered high. Sunburns possible in as little as 15 to 20 minutes. So if you are going to the fair, make sure you cover up, put on sunblock, etc. Now we're watching Hurricane Ida, which has formed today over Cuba. This is headed into the Gulf and is expected to strengthen rapidly as it moves over the very warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico. This is now expected to be a Category 4 hurricane, making landfall in Louisiana later on this weekend. So moving through the Gulf tomorrow, landfall on Sunday. The remnants of this storm will be moving up to the north and east, headed in our direction. Right now, it looks like most of that rain from the leftover hurricane will miss us to the south, but that could have an impact here should that track move, so we'll be watching that one closely. For us tonight, we've got just a small chance for an isolated shower. Otherwise, skies will be partly cloudy later tonight, and we'll get down to the low 60s. Not bad. Tomorrow, a little bit cooler than today. 78 is our high in Utica. We'll see partly cloudy skies, maybe a stray shower or two, but plenty of quiet time this weekend. We're in the mid-60s tomorrow, low 80s for your Sunday. Another good day for the fair there with an isolated shower possible. Monday looks a little busy. We've got a cold front coming through. That's going to kick up some showers and thunderstorms, and we'll be in the 80s there, but behind that cold front, 70s it looks like for the rest of the week. We'll be ending August, heading into the first few days of September. It looks like the weather will be very appropriate for that. Highs in the lower 70s, nights in the 50s, and much less humid, it looks like, by the end of next week as well. So Jamie will be watching the remnants of that hurricane. Wednesday would be the day that it could potentially bring some rain to our area. Right now, it looks like most of that will miss us, so hopefully that holds that way.
Fingers crossed. I don't know if we can handle more rain.
We definitely can't.
Coming up tonight on News Nation, we've got a story for you tonight.
Tonight's news. Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
Good evening, meteorologist Sam Sousen here. If you're checking on the weather, we're looking at a live shot of downtown Utica. It's pretty calm out there. We had cloudy skies this morning, though things cleared up quite nicely in the afternoon hours. It allowed our temperatures to get into the mid-80s. We have since cooled down. Right now we're sitting at 70 degrees. We have those winds out of the north-northeast at 3 miles per hour, and those dew points in the lower 60s, so we're finally starting to get some of that drier air moving through. We also have an update on Hurricane Ida, which is a Category 1 hurricane right now. It has maximum sustained winds at 80 miles per hour, and it's in Cuba. Its track is expected to move through the Gulf Coast and into Louisiana. And keep in mind, it will go through Louisiana the same time that Hurricane Katrina hit in 2005. Now, Hurricane Ida does have the potential to impact our weather here in central New York State, though it is a couple of days away, so we do have time, which means that it's going to be a little bit difficult to pinpoint exactly where the storm is going to hit, but we will have all the updates for you when it does become available. Now, for our low temperature temperatures tonight, we're going to be in the upper 50s and lower 60s, 58 in Old Forge, 62 in Utica as well as Ilion. And then for our high temperatures tomorrow, we're going to be in the 70s, 72 in Old Forge, 79 in Utica as well as Ilion. So definitely a couple of degrees cooler than it was the past several days. And for our UV index, it's going to be high tomorrow, about a 7, which means you could burn in as little as 20 minutes. So make sure you have that sunscreen with you before you head out the door. For our futurecast, as we roll it forward tonight, just a couple of clouds sticking around, so partly cloudy skies. And then throughout the day on Saturday, we're going to have a mix of clouds and sun and just a slight chance to see an isolated shower or two, though plenty of dry time in between. And that's going to be the same story as we head throughout the day on Sunday, a mix of sun and clouds as well as a chance for showers, though a better chance on Sunday than for Saturday. Now to recap for tonight, we're going to have those partly cloudy skies, winds out of the east at 5 miles per hour and a low temperature of 62 degrees. Then for tomorrow, if you are planning on going to the New York State Fair, it is going to be quite nice out there. We're going to have those temperatures in the 70s, 79 as a high, and we will have mainly dry time. Like I said before, just a slight chance to see an isolated shower or two, that we should have dry time throughout the day on Saturday. Now for our 7-day forecast, we're going to be kicking off Sunday with some more showers and then thunderstorms on Monday. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 70s and lower 80s. We will have those thunderstorms on Monday, though a lot of dry time afterwards from Tuesday all the way into Friday. And we also have our low temperatures throughout the 7-day going down into the mid-50s. So it is going to be less muggy and humid in our nights as well, which means, as we're transitioning from the last days of August into the start of September, we're getting back into that more seasonable zone. But I know that we are going to the New York State Fair this weekend, so it's going to be really fun.
I'm excited. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and actually, I know a lot of people don't know this, but even though I'm from New York City, I actually have a summer home in Oswego, so I went to the New York State Fair a couple of times. So even though I grew up in New York City, I'm not a stranger to the New York State Fair, and I always love going there. So I'm excited to go, especially with you this weekend. So that should be really fun. Exactly.
I've never been to the State Fair, so
really? Wow, so that's going to be really interesting. I'll definitely have to show you around.
Absolutely. Coming up tonight, Sports Director David Edelstein has an update on the New York Jets preseason.
Your eyewitness weather forecast.
Good evening, meteorologist Sam Soucy here with your check-in on the weather. We're looking at a live shot of downtown Utica. Pretty calm out there. We did have cloudy skies this morning, though it did clear up quite nicely in the afternoon hours. We also had temperatures getting into the mid-80s, though things have since cooled down. We're sitting at 68 degrees. We have those dew points in the lower 60s, so starting to get that drier air moving in, and we have winds out of the north-northeast at 3 miles per hour there. We're also tracking Hurricane Ida. It is a Category 1 hurricane right now in Cuba, and it has maximum sustained winds at 80 miles per hour. Its track is going through the Gulf of Mexico and eventually hitting Louisiana. And keep in mind, it's going to hit the 29th of August, which is actually the same time that Hurricane Katrina hit in 2005. It does have the potential to impact our weather here in central New York State, though it is a couple of days away. We will be providing all the updates when they become available. Our low temperatures tonight are going to be in the upper 50s and lower 60s, 58 in Old Forge there, 62 in Utica as well as Ilion. And then for our high temperatures tomorrow, they're going to be in the 70s, 73 in Old Forge, 79 in Utica as well as Ilion. So a couple of degrees cooler than we had earlier in the week. And our UV index is expected to be high tomorrow, about a 7, which means you could burn in as little as 20 minutes. So make sure you have that sunscreen with you before you head out the door. As we roll our future cast forward throughout tonight, we're mainly just going to have partly cloudy skies as we head into Saturday morning, and just a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day, as well as just a slight chance to see an isolated shower, though we should have plenty of dry time in between. That'll be the same story as we head throughout the night into Sunday, and we do have a better chance to see some showers throughout the day on Sunday, though like I said before, we will be seeing a mix of clouds and sun there. Now to recap for tonight, we will have partly cloudy skies, winds out of the east at 5 miles per hour, and a low temperature of 62 degrees. And then for tomorrow, if you are planning on going to the New York State Fair, well, it is going to be pretty nice out there. We'll have temperatures in the 70s across the board, partly cloudy skies. Like I said before, there is a slight chance to see an isolated shower or two there. And for our 7-day forecast, we will be seeing a couple more showers as we head into Sunday, and temperatures in the lower 80s and upper 70s. We are going to be kicking off next week with some showers and thunderstorms on Monday, though we do get some nice dry time extending from Tuesday all the way into Friday. And temperatures are going to slowly decrease those high temperatures from the lower 80s to the lower 70s, which is pretty typical. We'll see temperatures start to get cooler cooler as we head from the end of August to the start of September, and our low temperatures are actually going to be going from the higher 60s to the mid 50s, so it's going to get cooler in our nights as well. It's not going to be as humid and muggy, which I'm not complaining about because I absolutely love it when I don't need to turn on the AC at night and I could just open up the window and get a nice cool breeze before I head to bed.
That is nice, but I'm trying to hold on to summer for a little bit longer.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are going to start to get a little bit cooler, but hey, we could still have some warmer days ahead because summer isn't over yet, so we still have time.
Well, coming up after the break, we'll have more Eyewitness News.